Before I start the session, I would like to introduce Sir to all of you. So let us start with the theme. Mr. Srikant Kalyan Sundaram is a perfect mixture of the engineering and the human resources. Therefore, he is ideal to recognize the resources and make them utilize in a fruitful way. Mr. Srikant Kalyan Sundaram is a believing in simple funda, and that funda is just to learning by practical exposure, which is experienced in his early days of engineering career. Apart from this, Sir also believed to share by sharing his knowledge to other people to empower them. Moreover, the sir is also passionate about the teaching, and which is really good for all of us as a freshers, as a juniors, so that we can get the good knowledge from the experienced person. Apart from that, during his early phase of engineering journey, he struggled a lot, but he never loses his curiousness and passion to get the success. Apart from that, Mr. Srinath, having the 15 years of sound experience in the multiple segments such as engineering, production, maintenance, customer services, and commissioning. On 1.5 decade ago, on September 1st, 2005, he got an opportunity to cross-function move with an optional of information technology and the human resource came into his doorstep, and he grabbed this opportunity in a wonderful way, so that right now he's working with as a deputy general manager at John Cockerill India Private Limited. Apart from that, sir is also a member of Leader Excellence at Harvard Square. He is a speaker, he is a mentor, he is a certified trainer, he is a storyteller, he's a coach, he's an influencer. Along with that, he's a career expert too.
One of your
So I would like to yeah, I would like to hand over this time to Mr. Srinath sir. Not because already we are running late, so I don't want to waste much more time. This time is I put a time to you, sir.
Thank you, Swapnil, for your kind words. So,
Thank
before
you so much,
starting
sir.
the session, I request everyone to be on mute during the session. If you have any questions, we can take it up at the last 15-20 minutes of your time. I will not take much of the time of the session. Thank you, Swapnil. Thanks, Parul, for inviting me on this topic,
Welcome, sir.
building a strong
Sure, sir.
and transparency culture.
Thank you, sir.
Students, very good afternoon, very good evening. Very nice to interact with the students of management of Parul University. So, what we talked about building a strong and transparency culture in the organization. So, any guess, students, just unmute and talk. Any guess what do you mean by strong and transparency culture before going to the slide? Students, anyone want to put forth a what do you mean by a strong and transparency culture? Okay, I'll just
Someone's music is on. Please turn off your mics, please. Student, please turn off your mic, please. Excuse me, hello. We
सर
have some sir ji. Hello. Sir, your
सर
mic is mute, sir.
हाँ सर
Hello.
श्रीकांत
Oh,
सर
sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
Sir, your mic was mute. Yeah.
ओके ओके सर
Okay, one moment. I'm just
Okay.
sorry for this inconvenience.
No problem, sir. No problem. We just begin the session so we can come up.
Okay.
No problem.
So when we talk about this transparency, strong transparency culture, students, anyone can build up what is build a strong transparency culture. Any guess on that, students? Just unmute and talk.
Build interpersonal trust with the employer.
Come on again.
Build interpersonal trust with the employer for the regardless
Okay,
position.
very good. Anything else? So when your person is joining an organization, what is that it looks at? They expect from the organization, right? What you mean to say? Where's the mission and core values, right? Isn't it? The core values are inculcated in each of the employees of the organization, each of the people of the organization. That is very important. What you rightly said is yes, interpersonal. That is inculcating the values. So when we talk about the strong organization culture, that I'm again underlining strong organization culture. For example, I'm correlating as an individual. If you have a strong transparency for self-made human being, we have some purpose. Why the transparency is required? Be truthful to yourself. You have a high ethical values in your life. So similarly, for an organization to create a strong culture of transparency, it should have a purpose. Without the purpose, nothing can be defined. So when you define that purpose, that language should have a common across the organization, what you communicate, what your values, and what is the standard defined to build up a strong organization culture. And in the organization, it is driven by the CEO. It has to lead by example to drive down the line about the culture of transparency. When we talk about culture of transparency, certain organizations have ambassadors to drive down that. That is also one we call as a brand ambassadors. So you need to identify those people. It cannot be possible for a CEO or a top management to go each and every employee to communicate. So what one can organization do is they appoint brand ambassadors to communicate down the line, down the function, till the bottom line. That is how it is spreading across the organization. That is how it is inculcating in each of the employees or the people in the organization. And when he, as an ambassador, one should be always very truthful what he communicates. That's where the transparency takes place. That's where the ethics come into place. So this communication is to be a continuous way of doing things on day-to-day basis. You have to give the feedback, proper feedback, open feedback. If something is going wrong, you have to tell in such a way that the other person accepts. That is, it's not like ruthless. Sometimes what happens is if one person makes a mistake, it becomes ruthless. Something is hiding. What happens is you bring out that what is hidden in that, communicate that, and correct. That is how the culture is built up. in the organization. So when you build a strong organization transparency culture, you have to have a purpose. You need to define a common language and inculcate the values, organization values and standard in each of the people of the organization. As a leader, as an ambassador, one has to lead by example, and one has to be very truthful, and he should have a continuous communication process to make this as a culture on day-to-day basis. So when organization build up this culture, it has also have a pivotal role in building the sustainable process of the business. Because what happened is when you don't create a culture of strong transparency, the business sustainable is also always a question mark. There is a lot of questions in people's mind, lot of fears in people's mind, lot of clarity is not there. So these are the things comes up when there is no strong culture of transparency, and it also becomes an influencer in making a strong culture in the organization. When you start bringing this workplace transparency, what we call as transparency, is a very important word. Transparency is very important in today's world because we are working virtually. We are working, everyone working from home. Very few organizations are physically working. So in this world, virtual world, the communication should be transparent. Lot of ethics, work ethics is very, very important because in today's world, lot of complaints you might be receiving. People are not attending offices, not attending classes. So all these things happen. So similar way, I'm correlating with the institution versus organization. Similar way, in organization, people say I am working, but they don't work. At the same time, in institutions, management education institutions, why they are more rely on their attendance, because people need to communicate them to have a transparency. People should attend the classes. There the ethics comes into place. So when you bring a transparency in workplace, employee the employee experience nourishes. Employee experience nourishes. And it creates fearless atmosphere. We can say when you bring transparency, I'm 100% sure you have a fearless atmosphere. People will have openness to talk, openness to innovate, openness to give suggestions. Thereby they achieve their in the organization make mistakes.
You're now connected to Boat Rockers 400.
How it has to be done. Teach them, bring them as far. That is
Sir, sir, sorry to interrupt you.
Hello, Jonathan sir. I
Sir, your
think
voice is not.
you put your mic on a mute. Hello, Jonathan sir. Hello, Jonathan sir. Hello.
I don't know why it's going on automatic mute.
No problem, no problem. It's a technical. We are okay with that.
So where you got this right, maybe, or
Few minutes back.
So a few minutes back on.
Okay. So when we talk about transparency in workplace, it creates a fearless environment. It creates a fearless environment. So when it creates a fearless environment, it always people comes out in open. They give suggestions. They always innovate things. Always the pro standards may improve upon the achieve of company goals and the individual goals is possible. But at the same time, if one makes mistake, you need to correct them, teach them. That is where I said lead by example. So lead by example is give an example where you did the mistake, where you have corrected that, and then move ahead. Don't nag on the mistakes which is find out by the individual person. So by bringing transparency culture in the organization, employees are so happy that they can tell their views, they can speak out to their bosses, they can organization accepting their suggestions. Thereby, they are the happy customers at the end of the day. This is one point where attrition also comes down for an organization. Why people leave? Because they are not happy. When you, for example, I'm giving on an example, when the material is not delivered at customer side, there was a meeting, emergency meeting called. Now, it always happens in the meeting, the blame game happens. Because of this department, it is not function, it is not delivered. Because of this delay in getting the prices, it got delayed. All these things happen during the meeting. As a leader, one has to bring everyone on the table, say, look, this is where the customer is facing the problem. We are not here to identify or pinpoint anyone. What is the solution to this problem? For that, we are here. Bring that transparency across the table. That will happen. If that doesn't happen, then always the blame game starts. Always the culture of transparency will not be there because there is a provision of hiding the things for an individual because he is having fear. If he openly talk about that, then he might be fired sometime. So building a transparency culture is very important in such situations. A lot of solutions will bring across the table during the meetings also. And you have to get the informations, lot of informations. When you have a problem, don't directly attack the problem. What is the problem due to which the customer is suffering? So by doing that, list down the problem, attack to that, discuss with the team. This is has happened for last 2 months. Now we need to have a proper system in place to have a good customer experience for the organization to deliver. So what happens is, if we have this type of transparency during the meeting, it will be a very fantastic, fruitful meeting, and it will have a good outcome. And the atmosphere in the room have a positive vibes in each of the people who are sitting in the meeting room. Transparency also reduces harmful effect of an individual, harmful atmosphere, what I can say, and we can eradicate the bad behavior. This is very, very important. Always happens in an organization, a lot of politics is there. But the culture of transparency, when you bring across each of the people in the organization as a culture, that is where I am repeatedly saying inculcate the values, which is very, very important. Inculcate the values. If that inculcation of values is not there, we will not able to develop this transparency during the process. Okay? This is a strong word. You might have recently saw that Sir Richard Branson has gone to Spain using his flight. This for him it's a joy because his team, his daughter, everyone, he's he has built a culture over there as a family, one family. When we talk about strong culture, it's a family. What we talk about. One person cannot bring a culture into to make organization. It's an organization family as a whole. So what he really said is create a kind of workplace and the organization culture that will attract a great talent. And if you hire a brilliant people, they will make, please note, this is very, very, very meaningful word. They will make work feel more like play. Because when they are part of this family, actually they enjoy putting all the efforts. That is where you're bringing a strong culture across the organization and across the family. If you talk about organization, if you talk about family, again, as a family, we build up a culture, right? If you correlate in the organization, you are going to another family. There also you can create a culture. You have in a normal family, you have a values. Similar to same values can be created in this organization. So that has to be inculcated here. Here, from your childhood, it has been inculcated. In the organization culture, because they have a different set of people coming from different sections, different states. It's a diversity. So it's a human behavior. You cannot expect what you have in the family will have repetition over here. No, because you are going to meet a different set of people, different set of diversified culture, religion, etc. So this is how a strong culture in the organization by inculcating values in each of them. This culture, strong organization culture, is again people-centric leadership, true people-centric. You make people as a leader. You have to trust the people. As a good leader, you have to inspire them. You have approachable leader. You should have an approachable leader. And as a leader, one will motivate the people. So these are the three key points. And at the same time, not only at workplace welfare, if you have a problem at the family front also, as a great leader, he will go beyond this duty to help them. I will share a story over here. This is very emotional story. I'm not naming here. During this pandemic, why I'm telling you is it's a simple example how a leader behaves during this pandemic. How he helped come out extended to the family member because that family member has lost a very intelligent son. Okay. This pandemic, one of my close friends affected by COVID. He was admitted, he got treated, he He got discharged on a month, or which month I'm not. I'm just hiding that. On the 24th of that particular month, he came back home. On the same day, there was an IPL match. So we are watching the IPL match. He was sitting at home watching IPL. I am sitting at my home watching IPL. He was chatting with me on my WhatsApp. So we had a discussion who will win, who is going to score more runs. All these things happening. It was around 1 a.m. So I said good night, take rest. I went back to sleep. He also slept. Morning around 11 o'clock, I received a call from unknown number. Sir, your friend is no more. I'm totally lost. We were chatting till 1 a.m. in the midnight. Morning around 11 a.m., I received a call, sir, your friend is no more. I can't believe. Immediately what I did is I called 2 or 3 people to confirm that, because I'm not able to digest that. Then it got confirmed. He left early in the morning. He attained early in the morning. That's what I got the information. So what happened is, the next 15 days, his family was totally in a shock mood. I frequently had a touch with him, with his father, mother, and his younger brother. After 20 days of time, his uncle called. Srikant sir, can you help his brother? Then I said, Uncle ji, आप बताइए, what help is required? He said, sir, he is very young, he doesn't know anything. Please guide him, because we are dependent to have a hand in hand from you. I said, okay, no issues. Whatever help is required, I will provide. Whatever support is required, I provide. Then, right from whatever he has done, his family doesn't know. That is where one needs to know what your family should know. What is the definition is what your family should know. So I helped his brother to go through all the email IDs. First, I instructed not to disconnect his cell phone. That is the first instruction I have given. Second, they were having around 40 lakhs of home loan. 40 lakhs of home loan. Number 3, I told him to log into his email ID, check any insurance he has taken for his life. Then I spoon-fed everything, how to search in a Google Mail. I got grace. He got one search. That document has till today has supported his family back, including the home loan has been closed. So the family doesn't know. So why I'm telling you this is, again, is not only as a leader you support at the workplace because people respect you, you go beyond your work, help the family members. And finally, one fine morning, his mother called me, श्रीकांत जी आपको बहुत बहुत आशीर्वाद. I said, मम्मी जी आपको आशीर्वाद चाहिए मेरे को और कुछ नहीं चाहिए, आप अच्छा रहो, कुछ भी सपोर्ट है, I am there for you. This is the one word I uttered them. Till today, the family, if any help is required, they call me. So this is beyond work. So when we talk about as a leader beyond work, we have a mutual respect for each other. As a leader, you need to spend time with the team members. You have to observe them. You should, as a good leader, you should be a good listener. As a good leader, you should be a good coach and a mentor. Building transparency is not only the thing. When you all these things you do as a leader, the transparency builds up, the relation builds up. Your decision making process will very fast then, because people accept you, because you are taking decision based on people's perspective, not on an individual perspective. If you see the point number 3, building relationship and care at workplace. I'm telling you beyond workplace, not only care at workplace, beyond workplace. What I have given you an example. Because this pandemic has created a lot of learning for me beyond workplace. I went beyond workplace. That is what I want to share my experience over here. Because this is some case study story actually related to this topic, because it's not only you are building a strong transparency culture, that's not enough. You have to build a psychological safety in one's mind. What do you mean by psychological safety? Students, unmute yourself. Students, what do you mean by psychological safety? Because it's very, very important. When you are building a strong organization culture, there's a fear in people's mind to openness. So that is where, as an individual, they have a fear. So you have to create a culture of psychological safety. So when you talk about psychological safety, it's all about your mind. It's all about how you intercept the point of argument, how you are coming out in openness. When as a leader, when you talk about psychological safety, as a leader, you should be you have to behave as a partner. That is how you have to create a culture of psychological safety in people's mind at workplace. So these are the things that brings a strong transparency culture in an organization. When we talk about psychological safety, there is a one word. Leadership is not what you do to the people. It's what you do with the people. There is always a habit everywhere, not only in organization, in institution also. People have a habituation of criticizing other people. So when you are criticizing others, when you talk in openness, when you are criticizing people in the open forum, what is that? You are communicating. What is the problem statement you are criticizing? That is where that transparency. You can't blindly criticize people. That means you are hiding something. That means you are hiding something. So it happens in a normal organization. Everyone criticizes as a team. They criticize particular function. They criticize particular people because they don't do. It's a generic statement. When you criticize people, come out with a problem statement, put across the table, and solve. Give feedback. Think purposefully. This is very, very important. So when you are talking about building a strong culture and transparency in an organization, you these are the 7 very critical aspects to be a successful leader, to build a successful organization culture, satisfied employees, what we call as the internal customers, what we call as happy employees. This is very, very important. So these are the few points which I would like to discuss. Students, because I don't want to have a very boring session continuously. I'm only talking. So the rest of the session is the interactive session. So I would like to have more questions from the students. This is what I told initially with Duru also. Few minutes I will able to explain about this and then have a strong interaction with the students. So it's very, very important. Otherwise, one-way session, one-way webinar will not always be a fruitful session then. Yes, Shruti?
When is it necessary to change organizational culture?
Madam, what is culture? It's a mix of different kinds of people with different kinds of human behaviors, right?
Yes, sir.
So, is that will able to change each one of you in the organization? Because you are in the organization, you have diversified people, diversified behaviors. So, what I told you is you have to create and inculcate the values of the organization. First, you have to create a values for the people to understand that and inculcate in each of them. Then only it will build up a strong foundation for an organization. Yes, Suti?
Yes, sir. Thank
Hope I
you.
have answered your question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because what happened is when an organization recruits its people, what we call as cultural fit, right? What we call as a cultural fit. So those during the process of the selection, the opposite person always observes how this person behaves, how this person communicates, how he is the introvert or the extrovert, whether he will be able to fit in this our culture or not. So these are the things when a person during the interview process they also observe that. Because if there is a cultural misfit, the organization will lose that person within a short span of time. So long selection process have a additional cost to the organization. So cultural fit is also very important. Yes, Sudhi. Thank
Thank you,
students.
sir.
Students, but when I'm taking the classes, I'm not taking the class with one similar way. I want to have very fruitful interaction and very energetic session over here because that is how one will learn. Yes, Natasha. Students, nothing is wrong, nothing is right in this forum. If you don't ask questions, you don't learn. Any questions? Swapnil,
Student, do you have any kind of question?
any kind of questions if students have?
Anyone have any doubt, any query? Want to have a word with sir?
Students, you have to speak. Then only you will able to learn.
I think they don't have any kind of question. Might be.
Only one question as Shruti has asked. So you know everything? Students,
I don't think so, sir. They have any more questions.
they don't have any connectivity issue, right?
Sorry, sir.
They don't have any connectivity issue, right?
No, not yet. If is there any kind of the connectivity issue, only hardly one or two students might be faced, not all of them.
Because if it is a 1 hour session, I just take around 40 minutes, the rest 35 to 40 minutes, the rest of the interactive session, because that is how during the process of 1 hour the learning happens. So when you talk 45 minutes,
Yeah,
only 15 minutes, nothing will come out. So when I'm taking the classes for MBA students, so I do a lot of activities. So that is how
obviously, sir.
interactive starts.
I think it's more focused on practical way rather than
Yes,
theoretical. And it's
yes.
better if you get this kind of opportunity to learn the things and directly have a word with the direct person, those who are really having some years of experience. I mean, it's better to go. I mean, it's better to ask directly rather than read the book.
Because what happened is during the process, for example, this is very strong subject actually. Build a strong and transparency culture. It also comes as a code of conduct. What we talked about, organization code of conduct. It talks about ethics, behaviors, and everything. So this is also a
Yes,
part of the policy of the organization. Organization firmly believe
true.
because everyone is working virtually. So today in virtual world,
Hmm.
ethics is the highly regarded one now.
Right.
So that is the initial base for a strong culture you bring into the organization.
I don't think so. Why student have a communication issue? Because you will be surprised because all the students are belong from this social work background. They are from the Master of Social Work, Bachelor of Social Science, along with the MHRM, the Master of HR, and they
Okay,
are really good to deal with the people.
okay. So Shruti, you have any questions?
No, sir. That's all.
And next, the other Shruti Bonsle, Felix, many others are there because I've been in Parul around 3 years back. Students, no more questions?
They doesn't have. If they have, definitely someone can ask till
Yes,
now.
yes.
But if they did not, definitely they do nothing in their pocket.
Okay.
Either they understood all of the things, whatever you taught them, whatever you shared with them, or might be they are hesitant to ask.
Okay, students, I am very open for any guidance or any support. So I am my contact details are here. Anytime you can ping me
Students,
if you
if you are
want.
hesitant
I
to
do.
ask, you can put your question in a Dropbox.
This is my WhatsApp number. If anyone has a question or support is required, you can ping me because sometimes it happens in the open forum they stay to ask more questions. It happens. So I'm happy to help you. Yes, Swapnil. We have 2 more minutes, right? I think. Huh?
Yeah, sure, sir.
You can post any questions on chat box also. So your classes are online or physical?
It's online, sir.
Okay.
I mean, because from 12th of July, the guideline has changed. So 50% students are appearing on online platform,
Okay.
and the remaining 50 on offline. Probably, if the thing third wave will not be come, definitely normal offline campus will be start.
Okay. So how's the situation then?
It's I mean in Gujarat, I mean situation is really good. I mean the cases numbers are not highlighting in a everyday newspaper, but even though on the backside of the curtain, definitely the numbers is still going on. So we hope for the till Diwali New Year if things would be normal, definitely then third wave will not become. Let's hope for the best.
Okay. So in between students, I have got disconnected due to network. If anyone of the students who joined back have questions, please. Last few minutes left. I think, Swapnil, we don't have any further questions from the students, I think. Students, thanks for your valuable time you have spent. Again, I'm telling you, if you need any assistance, happy to help you. I have shared my number on the WhatsApp number.
Yeah,
Anytime.
sir. Okay, I think Shall we conclude the session over here?
Yes,
Because
yes.
if students are not turn up, then it's better
Yeah, yeah.
we can sum up over here.
Yes.
So I think let me take the vote over here. I really thankful to you, sir, for being here and sharing the wonderful knowledge with the students because they teach every day.
Your voice is not audible.
You earn by your experiences, by your hard working, and that things which you shared with the student, definitely that would be really fruitful for them. Either they, I mean, unfortunately, they are unable to make this session in a fruitful way by sharing that side, viewpoint. But I'm sure with the things what you shared with them were the things which you teach you through your PPT. Definitely that will helpful for them in upcoming their academic journey. Along with that, the new professional life too. So I will conclude myself for thank you so much, sir, for being here, and we really appreciate in future if we can get this opportunity one more time, then I can definitely take the help of yourself to cater the IPA students because I have really good students in a bulk in the MBA. Around 200 plus students are pursuing MBA with the HR specialization. Unfortunately, they have the Viva examination today, so they are unable to take the part today. But yes, in future, if you can allow us, definitely
Yeah, sure.
we can invite
Anytime,
you one
anytime.
more time at field platforms and sharing the same knowledge and guidance with the MBA guys.
Anytime, anytime, Swapnil.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you,
Dhruv sir
Swapnil.
is
Thank you,
out of
student.
town right now, so he just right now. He just so I really thank one more time on behalf of Dhruv Dave sir, and definitely we will keep in touch with you, sir, for upcoming our new event or any kind of
Sure,
sessions, right?
sure.
So
Yeah,
thank you so
anytime,
much one
anytime.
more time, and definitely we will keep in touch. Sure. Thank
Sure.
you so much.
Sure.
Thanks a lot.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Swapnil. Thank you, students. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye, bye,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
bye,
Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
bye, bye. You're
Bye bye.
welcome. Bye, 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 bye.
My God, good morning.